Hey guys, so welcome back to another live game commentary. Today we are playing some Rengar Jungle. His Q got reverted, the rework revert. So now it's that single target auto attack enhancer again. When he first came out, when that first rework happened, bloody hell, when the revert first came out, he was trash. Like 44% win rate or something like that, which, win rate's not everything, but that's really bloody low. But he's mellowed out. People have not just picked him because he's flavor of the month, or because oh look, it's new Rengar. And I honestly feel like this guy's now C Pro P. I think he's really strong. So let's play some Rengar, have some fun, and I'll show you a little bit how to play him. I'm not a Rengar expert by any means. There are better Rengar players out there than me, but my goal is for you to watch this video and be able to watch it and then come out of it thinking, you know what, I can play that champion now. So let's get cracking. Firstly, with a confession, I've been ill recently, guys, which is why I've not had my cam on in my last two videos, and that's what you can't see me now. But I've made it up for you guys because today, in this video, in our Rengar Jungle commentary, gameplay commentary, I have actually I've got my webcam on for you guys today, and not only my webcam, but I've dressed up for you as well. I feel like I had to make it up to you, so here we are. I'm looking all spick and span. Well, sort of spick and span. I'm wearing like a purple flowery, whatever. So yeah, that's good. I'll show you my runes in a sec, guys. They're down here in the bottom left. There's some. I feel like with Rengar right now, in general with Rengar, there's a lot of room, like wiggle room for personal preference, and what I've gone for kind of reflects that, if that makes sense. So. The wiggle room here, the personal preference for me is my secondary tree, and even to an extent the keystone as well. I would argue that your keystone on Rengar, you probably don't... I mean, basically, I've got Electrocute here, but you could do... you can do Dark Harvest. Dark Harvest is not exactly a terrible choice. You are fucked, mate. Don't blame me for that. Alright, we're going to give him a cheeky ignore here. I mean, if you want to blame me for that, okay. But, you didn't have to die there, and that's not my fault. So, you can't blame me. Anyway, hashtag life of a jungler. I'll ward for you, though. Because you've just TP'd back into lane and completely ignored the fact that there might be a Nocturne there. So, I'll ward for you. So, yeah. I'll finish the point about runes here. So, Electrocute or Dark Harvest is kind of up to you. I would say, if in doubt, just go Electrocute. Sudden Impact you'll want because whenever you're jumping out of a bush or your ultimate, you get more lethality, and we're going to be going for a lethality build this game. Zombie Ward you can't go wrong with, and I like Relentless Hunter. It's basically like Moby Boots, and that's really nice because it means that whenever you're hunting people down with your ultimate, you move faster, which is really good. Having move speed on, I love move speed on Rengar, it's so nice. Secondary is preference here, where I've gone for Ultimate Hat and Scorch, but there is a lot of things you could do here. You could go for Precision second, and go for Triumph or Coup de Grace or Alacrity. You could do a lot of stuff there. You could go for, I guess you could go Resolve second, you could go Inspiration. There's so many things you could do. Like Cosmic Insight, I think would be really good on him. Oh shit, that was a misclick. I'm mostly only engaging that because I've got sound to back me up here. Nocturne is actually one of the strongest 1v1 champions in the game, if not the strongest 1v1, like around this level, because he gets a huge AD steroid from his Q. It's like having a pickaxe basically at level 3, it's crazy. He can block one of my abilities, and he can also CC me, so he's pretty strong given the right circumstance. But that's okay. I mean, I'm not really in any fuss, any real rush to fight him there, honestly. The thing is, because with Rengar, he's not great pre-level 6. You can gank with him, but I would say if in doubt, don't wait it out. If in doubt, farm it out. Just get level 6 with Rengar. Rengar, you don't pick Rengar for your early levels. Like, Rengar is a level 6 and beyond champion. Or at least when he shines, I'm going to try and sneak into this bush here before it gets warded. Hopefully they won't see me there. Oh, fuck me, that was not what I wanted to do. I did the wrong empowered ability there because I misjudged my... What the hell? How do I do that? There we go. So in the early levels, you just want to use your empowered abilities on your E. Even when you're coming out of ulti, you want to do that mostly. You don't really like. I would personally recommend. This swing's a god, by the way. I'd personally recommend for you to use your empowered Q only when you're like it's more damage than your empowered E. But I would say hold off on it until later on. You don't have to do it until you get some items, basically. Just use empowered E, because the ability to keep someone locked down... I mean, empowered E does a crap ton of damage by itself, really. Empowered E is like 130, whereas empowered Q is... Okay, it's like 200, plus you get attack speed. So, okay, we know empowered Q is more damage, but being able to lock someone down means that you can then hit them with like 2 or other auto attacks afterwards, whereas a lot of times... Like, that is a really good example, honestly, of what happened there. Bot lane where I accidentally used my empowered Q there onto the Janna and she just flashed away from me. That was that. Suddenly I'm sitting here with all this like huge damage in my pocket, but I can't use it because she's just ran away from me. So yeah, empowered E, and when you get your ultimate, you'll see as well. I'm gonna, well, if you can even charge your empowered ability before your ulti, that's something that's, you know, a whole other kettle of fish. But basically, that's a very verbose way of saying just use your empowered. Use empowered E early game, especially. Once you get items, you can empower your Q, but early on, don't bother. When you're clearing the jungle as well, empowered Q 100% of the time. Would not recommend empowered anything else when you're clearing the jungle. You just want to get through the jungle as fast as possible, and attack speed is so good for that. Your Q is an auto attack reset as well. I somehow missed my E there. So you're just like... So like you'll see here, I'm going to Q and then Q. And I've got my another Q. And now I have loads of attack speed. You just breeze through this stuff. So Swain is demolishing mid lane, but he's not exactly out farming Ahri. Yeah, so what I was going to say is like there's still... It's not... That lane is not completely gone, basically. So yeah, gotta still be careful there. That's bot lane, I guess, yeah. It's funny, actually. Nocturne and Rengar are both somewhat similar champions in that regard. Of the level 6... Huge ultimate reliant champions and huge level 6 kind of get ulti and gank bot lane. That's what I'm going to do this game. I'm just going to... I mean, I've got my ult. I'm just going to look to go bot side to seek into this bush first. I can't dive, but... Yeah, I was going to say, I can counter if someone comes. Here we go. Just wanted to wait for her to use her charm first. There we go. So I wanted to wait for her to use her ultimate before I engaged, because it's so much easier to secure a kill if the team engages and you counter it, rather than you engaging it yourself. Imagine if I pulled the trigger early there and jumped in. Whoa! No, thank you. Pulled the trigger early there and jumped in onto Ahri, and she hadn't used her ult yet. What she would do is just use her ulti, disengage, and then she's gone. So if I wait for her to jump in, then I can get her down. One thing though that is interesting, a bit hypocritical for me, I suppose, about the way I use my empowered abilities there is I did empower my Q that time, but that was because Ahri had Braum passive on her. So I figured she was basically dead anyway, right? I mean, she was locked down. I didn't need to lock her down any further. So Rengar, a lot of single target damage, which does mean that you're pretty good at taking away Dragon. This is relatively early on into the game as well. You're only going to be building more damage on Rengar, so you're only going to be doing this faster as the game goes on. I wouldn't really recommend doing it before you get Warrior Enchant. This is a bit of an exception because I'm about to recall anyway. So, and I know I'm pretty safe, but anytime after you get Warrior Enchant, you're fine. Also, Tiamat, something that's worth mentioning too, something that's worth pointing out is Tiamat is definitely a good item on Rengar. If you want to go Tiamat on Rengar and rush that as your first item, go for it. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Definitely nothing wrong with doing that. I'm going for a really kind of standard build here, which is you know, it's just warrior chant into lethality. I'm not doing anything crazy here. My choice of boots, I'm still thinking about what I want to do here, but I might go for Moby boots. That's gotta be Swain. Popping my ulti as well here. Ah, fuck. Don't hit that, please. Okay, thanks. That's a shame. You really don't want to waste your ultimates in the early game. Do I max W or E second? I'm always torn between W and E. I want to do W because it's more damage, but I don't really think it's 100% necessary. I don't know. Let's do E. Why not? If in doubt, get the damage option. Oh, I got it anyway. So my kind of general way that I like to play Rengar, in the lane phase at least, is if I don't have my ultimate up, I play quite chilled out. I don't tend to do anything crazy. Rengar, I said you don't want to pick Rengar for the early game, but it should be known, let it be known that Rengar is pretty bloody strong in the early game still. Oh god, see, this is why you mute people who spam ping you and start blaming you when it's not your fault, because then they start blaming you later on and you don't want to listen to that shit, because what's the point? It's just chatting shit. But yeah, Rengar is strong in the early game. Like if you find someone, I mean, I found Nocturne early and he's a bit of an exception, but if you find someone, just use your empowered E and fight them. You know, you can use empowered Q for more damage, but they'll just run away from you if not, so. Nocturne, it's a bit of a weird one though, because Nocturne is one of the only exceptions. My ultimate here. God, that lasts for so long. What's going on? Holy shit, my damage is huge. Nice, boys. Yeah, that was really close. Whew, we did it. Alright, is that first blood tower? Nope, mid tower's already gone down. I am blind. When did that happen? Holy shit, I'm so when I play, honestly, when I record, I am just so blind. I legitimately have zero awareness of anything. It's so bad as a jungler to be like that. Zero awareness jungler is the worst kind of jungler. Right, Dustblade lads. That's what's on the menu next. Do I want to go Mobies though? I think I'm okay with this. Gonna get the old sweeper though. I like sweeper. But yeah, this is, I touched on this earlier, but just to really emphasize, if someone starts blaming you, and if you're playing jungle, people start blaming you, saying, you know, why didn't you help me, why didn't you save me, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if you're the jungler, chances are they'll be saying that to you, even when it's not your fault. But even if it is your fault, it's just like, well, you can kind of tell that this is the type of player who's just going to complain to you, and it's just kind of, I don't know if it's just me, but I find that shit just too irritating to listen to. And so I ignore them really early. I'm not going to report Poppy, by the way. I'm not saying, oh, you're so toxic. What a toxic player. No, she's not being toxic. She's just being annoying. And if she is being toxic, well, I mean, she might be. I can't see it, you know, because I've ignored her. I'm feeling this shit. I am feeling this shit for sure. Just zone them away from the blue buff with my ulti. I'm using my empowered Q there instead of my empowered E because Nocturne has a spell shield. which makes it really hard to actually hit him with my empowered E. And as you actually saw that in that engage there, he did block my E. So if I'd used empowered E, it would have just been wasted. So instead, I just go for the empowered Q. I'm in quite a fortunate position where I've got the Brom on my team who can kind of cover for that, where I can just jump in and he sort of provides the CC. Once I get Duskblade, I can just run around and start destroying people. But I mean, this game is pretty donezo, honestly. It's pretty out of there, not gonna lie. So I'd recommend Duskblade as your first item on Rengar. Whatever build you go for, you don't even have to go War Enchant. A lot of Rengars will skip War Enchant completely. Some go Red Smite and then nothing. Some just leave it at the Machete. But yeah, some do Tiamat, some don't. But either way you go, you will want Duskblade at some point in your build on Rengar. Pretty much guaranteed. And there's a good reason for it, because it's really bloody good on him. I like to go for huge amounts of lethality, so I will do Yumu's as well, and I mean, I don't know if I'll go Edge of Night, but there's a chance I'll go Edge of Night too. If you're looking for a more bruiser build, then Black Cleaver is a solid option. If you're looking for tanky builds, I mean, I don't like Tank Rengar, but Dead Man's Plate is nice too. And just, you know, Spirit Visage and random tank items. I'm going to make the assumption that that guy's gone. Oh, I was wrong. But I don't think we should chase him. I actually don't know if I want to start this. Okay. I was a bit hesitant to start this because Caitlyn's dead, but as soon as the RE started disappearing, I knew the enemy team didn't have any intention to come here, so... Alright, level 11, that's rank 2 of your ultimate. As a ultimate reliant champion, that's a pretty big deal. So I'm gonna try and find people and kick him in the arse. If I sit bot here, I might find someone actually. The guy has a very similar build to me, so... Why did I use my E? Alright. My Duskblade is not up here. Okay, good. I was going to say, there's a high chance that it's warded in that area. I really, really want to dodge Malphite this game. I don't want anything to do with Malphite. I don't want to go near that guy. So, wherever he is, I do not want to be. I don't even want to go near that tower, honestly. Probably just die. Thank you very much. I'll be taking that. So much damage on Rengar. Holy shit. Oh boy. Let's see if I can do an old loop-de-loop here. Oh, if I'd hit that, I genuinely think I may have killed him. Not even joking. That's cool. Get his flash out of that for my ulti. Alright, let's get out of here. I mentioned farming is quite important on Rengar because you don't want to, especially in the lane phase, if your ultimate's not up, don't be afraid to just farm. But that's not the only reason why you want to farm. Farming is good because you want items on Rengar. Rengar is a damage champion. He wants to be doing a lot of damage and he wants items to do that. So another benefit of having farm is that you can do that. You know, you get items and then you get strong and you can one-shot people. So I'm gonna go for my. I either want to go Ninja, Mercs, or Moby. I guess I could get. I could have gone Transcendence this game as well, actually, but I think I'm just gonna go for Yumus here and Mobies. I do, admittedly, really like this build. I love going Moby Boots Rengar. I feel like you just have to. You have to be feeling a Moby Boots build. Whoever you're like, Moby Boots Rengar, for example, Lee Sin as well. They're really solid builds, but you have to be feeling the Moby Boots because if you're not aggressive on them and don't stomp people, then they're just really not that useful. and you just wasted like 1,000 gold on boots that are just pointless, really. Again, I'm just waiting in the wings here because I don't really want to be grouped up with my team. If the enemy team can see me, then they know I'm not a threat. Oh shit! Oh, I actually wet myself a little bit there. So you guys can rewind that video, the part of that video, and one sec though. Yeah. You guys can rewind that part and see my combo. There's honestly, I am not going to lie. There is some theory behind it, but there's also a lot of, oh shit, I'm gonna spam buttons behind it as well. But what I intended to do there was to press R, right click him as I'm flying through the air, use my E and my W as I'm going through the air, so that when I land I can just start auto attacking him and stuff. And then when I do land, I just try and get my, like, I just spam, like, yeah, then you just go crazy on the keyboard, press Q and all that bullshit, and yeah. Let me just pop my drugs. Wow, that was bad. Alright, it's a bit better. No drugs, guys, supplements. Vitamins, as you would say. Get the old Vit D, can't get enough of the D, etc. But it's useful for someone whose only form of brightness comes off of a reflection from the screen in front of them. Please face... Oh shit, not you. Ah! Whoa! Are you serious? That is not what I wanted to do there. That is really awkward. I meant to click on the... Oh god, where's that going? It's a re-engagement. I'm inting. No, I'm good. I'm inting. I'm inting. I'm inting. Holy shit, that was so... that was way too accurate. Don't do that, lads. Don't do that on half health and Rengar. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Although, if you are going to do that, that's not a terrible way to do things on Rengar. If you're not tanky, it is pretty terrible. And if you're not on full health and you're not tanky, it's pretty terrible. So what I did there was terrible, don't get me wrong. But if you use your empowered W, you're a little bit tanky, you're not quite as squishy, and you can run away on, like, with your crazy move speed and stuff. It's not awful in that sense. That's not what I want to do there. But more importantly, if you do that, the enemy team just goes into panic mode and they just try and, like, collapse on you and stuff. And if you can squirm your way out of it with your W... Wait, could I have survived that? I don't know. I may have actually misplayed that one pretty hard. Whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna let my team do dragon because there's, like, I don't need it. Have I got 5 stacks of... Wait, am I just missing Malphite? I should probably try and get Malphite then. I want to get that... If I kill Malphite, I get 9% bonus damage. That's pretty crazy. Ahri doesn't have Zhonya's or any defensive here. So if she ever splits, I'm just going to ult and kill her. I mean, if I can't one-shot her, it's actually hard to kill her because she is rather slippery. But she shouldn't be too slippery. How is that guy a higher level than me? Nah, it's not worth it. I would probably die. Alright, so that's just my counter to the Nocturne ulti. It's just to press R myself and see what's going on. I think I have pretty good CDR, so 30% CDR is decent enough, I think, for me to do that and not worry too much. It's a minute cooldown. I don't know what Nocturne's ultimate is. I've got a feeling it's a high cooldown though, Nocturne's ulti. Yeah, we should definitely be definitely be going for this Baron, not just fucking about. Sorry, lads. That's that bad. I might get lucky here if Ari comes up to take this. I could just smite it away from him as well, I guess. Well, now I'm sitting on some gold and I haven't recalled here, so but I need to group my team. Me getting another serrated Dirk here is not worth not being with my team, so we'll just ignore that shit. Ouch, something hit me there. Yes! Get me my stack, boys! Oh my god, he's actually indestructible. He doesn't die. Oh, I got him! How much did I get? Like 70 AD for that? How much AD did I get for that one? Jesus. Felt like I completed the quest and there you go. Didn't get to show you too many one-shots there, but hopefully you get the idea of Rengar and all that stuff, so you still get the gist. I did one-shot Jin once, I didn't know, under the tower. That was quite funny. But yeah, I mean, Rengar's one of those champions once you reach a point in that game, if you just want to look for people by themselves if you can, and just run at them. Just pop your ultimate, pop your Yumus. You've got Mori Boots there as well for that. And you just bomb it at them. You just proper bomb it at them. And you try and one-shot them, with the combo being right-click on them, obviously, coming out of stealth. So you're flying through the air at this point, and then you throw your E at them, you throw your W out as well. That gets you 2 ferocity. It slows them down. And then when you land on them, you Q them. And then you just kind of, yeah, you basically spam abilities at that point. And yeah, you can get your empowered Q and all that malarkey if you want to go for the one shot. Holy shit, we really got him. Alright guys, thanks for watching the gameplay today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe for more content, and check out my second gameplay channel if you want to see more gameplays. I basically only do gameplays on this channel now as well, but yeah, there's also more on my other channel. So thanks for watching guys, have a good day, and I will see you in my next